tell this one. Ray, correct me where I'm wrong, because
Okay.
I will somehow mess this up.
No, you won't. Go ahead.
So, the umpire, I forget which umpire it was, you probably remember, examined Albert Bell's bat and realized that there was something a little bit off with it. So he confiscates the bat and puts it in his office. Well, Bell knows that it's corked. Everybody in the Indians' dugout knows that it's corked. And so they also know that Albert Bell really doesn't own any bat that isn't corked, which is the other part of the
But
problem.
he didn't need to do that.
No, not at all. He didn't need to. He's Mr. Freeze. I don't ask questions. So they put this bat in the every field has a umpire locker room. And so what would happen is they would take any confiscated material and they would put it in the umpire's locker room. And so what happened was the only way to get into this locker room, because it was locked under lock and key, was through a vent. And so the Indians players all knew this bat was corked. And so they found one of the smaller ones, who it turns out many years later was Jason Grimsley.
Ross Grimsley's son.
Right, when he wrote the tell-all book. One of the things in the tell-all book was he came out and said, I was the guy that crawled through the vent. And so they hiked Grimsley up, and he went through the vent into the umpire locker room, left somebody else's bat. They had to leave another teammate's bat because they said all of Albert Bell's bats were corked.
Oh my
And he grabbed the cork bat, went back up into the vent, and crawled over. And they never went any further with the investigation.
Are you serious?
But yeah, that's the great story of Albert Bell and the cork bat. And now I guess he's in Arizona just playing golf once a week and loving life. I guess he got married and calmed down a lot, and now he just plays golf, and I think he shows up at Indians training camp every here and there.
He's amazing. I mean, when he was at his prime, he was the best hitter in baseball. He's the most feared hitter, at least I think.
He was a fantastic hitter at one point. I mean, I don't know if it goes far to say he was the best hitter, because that was also like the height of not the height of Ken Griffey Jr., but that was part of the prime of Ken Griffey Jr. and part of the prime of Frank Thomas and part of the prime of a lot of just fantastic hitters that are surefire Hall of Famers.
No, I agree with you. I just think that he was, to me, the most feared hitter.